Hello, and welcome to another episode of Talking Out Loud. The reason why I'm so happy is we've just hit 100 followers. That's a big 3-figure followers, guys. It's huge. The next time I'll probably be this happy is when we hit 4, and then exponentially 5, 6. It'll happen. It might not be in my lifetime, but eventually we'll get more than that. Also, iTunes is fully confirmed, guys, so if you are an iTunes fan or an Apple fan in general, and that's the only place you get your pods, you can get it now on iTunes. Download, subscribe, share, rate, give it 5 stars, please, and I'll give you all the love I can give you. We'll see that. Moving on to the pod itself, this is possibly one of the faves that I've done so far in terms of real conversation. I'm back in Rishikesh, and we'll be talking through the life and outlook of a man who's been in 15 different foster homes before he was the age of 18. He's joined the Danish version of the Hells Angels, committed 3 bank robberies before falling into a life of drug abuse. And this is a man I met paddleboarding on the Ganges down Rishikesh. A fascinating fella. It's not exactly a laugh a minute, but you probably wouldn't expect that from this kind of conversation, but the man's outlook and positivity is beyond belief. So I can only commend him on that and thank him for taking the time out to talk, really. Yeah, he's certainly one of the most inspiring and engaging people I've ever met. So we'll not only talk through his history and how he got to being where he is today, but we'll also touch on God, I think, for the first time. We're going to get quite heavy into religion at times, but more the psyche of the man himself, and I hope you find it as fascinating as I did. He's really quite a special fella. So during the recording you'll hear references to photos that Jacob mentions about him back in the day. So all those photos you can find at bankwood.com if you jump onto the site, and the photos will be attached to the episode link and on the YouTube video. Spread out throughout that. So that's where you want to go to get some visuals. Honestly, would love to get your feedback on this one. And once again, thank you to Jacob for taking the time to spend with us. Really appreciate it, and this is one of my all-time faves, really. So yeah, enjoy. So welcome to another episode. I am here again in Rishikesh, near Laxmanjula Bridge, and just been on a paddleboard with a good mate of mine, Jacob. Just want to say a quick hello.
Hello, my name is Jacob.
Good man.
Yeah.
Happy days.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah, good on you. It's a bit of a loaded podcast purely because we met 2 or 3 nights ago.
Yeah, 3 nights ago.
In Mox Cafe.
In Mox Cafe, yeah.
And you were wearing some pretty outlandish gear, and I was like, okay, I'll compliment the gear. And then we just got to chatting, and then we met again last night.
Yeah.
And then I thought, okay, it's an interesting fella who should be on a podcast.
Okay.
So yeah. So really, man, if you want to say a little bit about your history, if that's okay, and what happened in Denmark and everything like that, however you want to structure it.
The short version.
Yeah,
the short version.
The short, and we can delve
because in. I actually take around in my country and whole lecture about my future. Not my future,
past.
my past, of course. How my life was and how I survived all that shit I was in before. Actually, I am born in 1973.
Okay.
I'm 44 years old, and my mother and father get divorced when I was 9 months old.
Okay.
When I was 1.5 years old, I end up in my first foster family, and I could say a lot about these things. But actually, in the end, on my 18 years old birthday, I leave on this day where I have birthday. I leave the foster family number 16.
That's insane.
So all over my childhood, I have been in new families, new schools in the new country, not new country, but new city in my country.
No way. So
Yeah,
you
of course.
relocate as well.
Just
You would...
different location, different families, and different all that shit.
Because Denmark's not huge, is it? Not
No,
population-wise,
very,
so surely...
very small. We are actually as a little village in Canada, in US, in India. Yeah, we are 5 million people in Denmark,
Okay. No worries.
and we have a very small country.
Yeah,
actually.
okay. So
Yeah.
to actually move 15
Yeah,
times in...
if I go
in
from
18
one side to
years.
the other side by car, it will take 4 hours.
Christ.
Then I end up at the border in the other side of the
Yeah,
country.
really.
So it's actually a small country.
Yeah, for sure. So surely were the times then in one of your foster families that they knew the previous foster
No,
family?
no,
or...
no, not
Okay,
at all.
so
Not
that's
at all.
quite impressive.
Not at all.
That's quite impressive for
They
a small
don't-
country.
They don't know
Yeah, okay.
each other.
Yeah, I see. I see. Is that part of the foster system then?
Yeah,
I don't know much
yeah,
about
it's,
the foster
it's a part of the social system in Denmark.
So you have to be completely
Maybe
separate.
it's a little bit better now because they can also see the problem. Yeah.
Hey, man. Yeah, go for it. So when
They
you first
can,
got
they
the
can
paddle.
of course they can see a little bit problem about this. So maybe it's a little bit better now.
Yeah,
But
I see.
At that time, many
Right.
years ago, 20 years ago, they was not so clever about these things.
Absolutely.
Because they don't know what it happened in these foster families, and I get sexual
out.
abused.
No
I got
way.
emotion abused, and I get slapped, and all these things from family to family by stupid, insane
Psychopaths.
people.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
insane
Absolutely.
adults that are trying to raise me for money. For money, everybody got money for me, of
Christ.
course. My mother drink a lot and smoke hashes and go into the city and dance all the time and sit
Really?
on the place where they drink a lot of shit on the bar
Christ,
all
man.
the time. So actually
It's heavy, dude. Yeah.
I come and visit my mother every 2 weeks. Then I come for the weekend at my mother's house
Okay.
or apartment where she lived.
Okay.
Some couple of different men and all that stuff. But when I was 15 years old, she made suicide. She killed herself by tablets and alcohol and everything, and go to bed and never stand up again. So it was no.
Sorry.
So it was what should I say? It was difficult childhood I had.
God damn.
Very difficult.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier that you felt that was the biggest betrayal. Is that
Yeah,
right?
and you feel a big betrayal. Of course, I sit there and I remember I sit and cry on my bed in one of these rooms in this foster family, and I think, how could she leave me before she learned me to live on this planet? I
Yeah.
don't know nothing about nothing.
Right.
Only see all this shit from adult people, and
Yeah.
then she leave me in this
Yeah.
world. I don't ask to come here.
Right.
I really don't ask to
Yeah,
come
yeah,
here,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I end up here, so
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah. You gotta live with it. You gotta make
At
do
some
with it.
ways, yeah, I have to learn it.
That's intense, man. Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, so you by 18 then you lost your parents.
Yeah, when I was 18 and leave this family,
Uh-huh.
I end up in a biker society.
Okay.
With a couple of these biker clubs with big motorcycles and gold necklace.
Like a Hell's Angels. kind
Yeah,
of.
Hells Angels supporter
Bikers.
for over 10
Right.
years.
Oh,
my
wow.
teenage years when I was teen. Yeah.
Wow, man. Okay.
So I do everything in this
Yeah.
society, of course, to survive,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm not that kind of person. But
Wow.
I play a role.
So you have
play-
to act. You have to.
I play a game, and I was good at that, because when they asked me to do something, Jacob, can you do something for me? I need the money for this man. He don't pay. Can you?
Hey, that's.
What? My boot. Lizard man. Your name? What?
Slight intermission.
I'm not,
We're just renting out the paddleboard now.
Can he drive for 10 minutes? Thank you.
Good man.
Oh,
Nice to do. I was just saying, yeah, we're getting the business together.
Yeah.
The business is building. Good on you, man. Good
Okay,
on
I'm
you.
sorry.
No, not at all, man. It's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all chill. That's grand.
Where we come from?
You just entered the Hells Angels. Kind
Yeah,
of,
I end up in
hiking
this society, and I was good at playing that role because I have no self-worth.
Wow.
Really no self-worth. I
Okay.
was a spoiled boy at that time.
Yeah,
I was
that's
really a spoiled boy. I was,
Okay.
of course.
In what sense though? Because surely from what you've told me, it feels like you were abused and
Yeah.
used
So
and
I
everything
trust
like that, so-
nobody.
Absolutely.
Especially adult people. I don't trust them at all. At
Okay,
all. They
okay.
say they like me, and then I get abused, and I don't understand all that shit.
Yeah, of course.
And I hate them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I actually think they was flying in from another planet only
really?
to do
Okay.
hurt with children.
Right.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, really? That was your
In my
one-
fantasy, yeah, of course.
That's
I mean,
interesting. And
yeah.
I'll chime in. It's
I
going to be.
really,
Yeah, truly believe that they were
It was really my
alien.
deepest belief. Adult people was flying in from another planet,
That's
only
nice.
to this planet to get spoiled
Yeah.
boys and girls, small children.
Really?
Yeah. That
That's-
was my
was that-
deepest belief.
Was that planted by anyone in particular? Did one of your foster parents sort of give you that
No,
impression, or was that just something you
It
came
was
up with?
only for what I come to by myself in my
Okay.
room when I sit alone
Yeah,
and think,
yeah.
what is this all about?
Right.
What is it about?
That's
I don't understand
insane.
this life.
Yeah. But you have to justify it. You have to make
Yeah.
it. you
I
try
could
and
see
make
in the
sense.
television how a normal family sit together, and they have in US this Thanksgiving, and we have also Christmas, and all the families sit together in 5 different age
Yeah.
from
Generations.
Yeah, generations,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
And I don't have tried that
Yeah.
at all. I have never tried
Oh.
that. It was not a part of my life. I
Right.
don't understand
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I could see in television how it should to be,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
have never tried.
Wow.
So I don't even believe it exists.
Yeah, of course.
Really,
Of course.
it was hard to me to.
Yeah. I mean, it's just talking to people like yourself,
Yeah.
and it just gives me like a hell of a. I mean, I'm the luckiest fucker alive. I really am. I've been blessed with my upbringing and childhood and everything like that. But man, I mean, this is the thing. I don't think you'll ever realise until you've been in that situation. Obviously, you can never empathise.
No,
quite
of
enough,
course
but-
you can have a thought about how it is,
Exactly.
but the feelings behind
This-
is
I think
much
this-
deeper.
Yeah,
much
but
deeper.
stories like yourself
Yeah.
is really important that people
Oh
listen
yeah.
to. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Certainly,
That's why I
for
say-
me and you to be having this conversation here, in a beautiful place.
Yeah, fantastic
And
place.
we're both happy and we're
on the
chatting and
planet,
we're sharing
Hello,
each
hello,
other.
thank
you.
You're
It's good,
welcome.
man.
I give him her. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Good man.
I just have
Yeah,
to
you
keep
check,
eye on
you
it.
check.
Very good glass.
You check.
Hey,
You have? Okay.
I'll finish it.
Finish?
Man. Yeah, 2 secs. I'll finish my chai.
Aji bhaji.
Yeah, but yeah. So where were we? We were talking about.
yeah, this acting.
putting an act up.
Yeah, I have to act in this society
So
to
were you
survive.
were you
to be-
constantly in fear? Did you
Yeah,
find?
I was. I don't. I will deny it.
Uh-huh.
Whatever you have said to me, I would have denied at that time.
For sure.
But now, when I look back, I can see I was in big fear at that time.
Wow.
Of course, it was another kind of human.
Okay.
These bikers, because they have another belief system. They have muscles like this, and they are not afraid to use everything.
Really?
Of course they are not.
Yeah,
you
of
can see
course.
in the media
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
time,
Yeah, very
and,
true.
and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
see
yeah,
in
I think
movies and everything.
Yeah, no, you're right,
It's
yeah.
a hard, very hard society
For sure,
to be a
man.
part of.
And then you mentioned, so if we can jump forward a few years now,
Yeah.
so what happened to the bank robbery?
Yeah, I have made also in my younger times past. Then I robbed 3 banks.
What age are you at that time?
What?
What age? What age are you at?
22, 23, or 27, and 33, I think.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So progressively.
Yeah, progressively.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And this was all through the
But-
gang, or this was on your
No,
own
it
back,
was
or?
actually because of drug abuse.
Wow.
I was on drugs at that time. I come inside prison first time in my life, and then there was some guys I train in the gym with, and they have big muscle, and they was hardcore types
Yeah.
of people, and they sit and smoke this heroin, brown sugar on silver paper. And I said to them, what the fuck are you doing? It's a loser's drug,
Yeah.
that one.
Heroin, yeah.
No. When we go up in the gym, we can take one more, two more, three more,
Jesus.
because you can't feel it hurt. And I believe them in that time. I believe what they said to me, because they was big.
Yeah.
They have take some hormones and eating healthy and everything, and it was new for them
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
Maybe 1 year, 2 year, or 3. But I see a couple of them 10 years after,
Oh
like
really?
this.
Like
Yeah,
skeletons?
totally fucked up.
Whoa.
55 kilo
Whoa.
weight and not a muscle in their body.
Scary.
Yeah, it's very
That's fucking
scary
scary.
actually.
So
So
this is the
I,
heroin addiction then that you developed.
yeah.
from the
That's
first-
why I need all that money at that time. Only the last time I make a robbery, it was only because of I think it was nice to have. I have a big bunch of money in my hand for 3 minutes work, hard work.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, it was easy.
Yeah, I was get turned on this robbery feelings. When you do this, it's like you make 100 bungee jump at once.
Adrenaline rush.
Yeah, adrenaline rush. Yeah.
Oh,
It's like you bungee jump 100 times at once.
shit.
It's,
Just to say, we're not advocating robbing banks
so different feelings from what I normal go around on the street and have feelings inside.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's full power adrenaline.
No doubt.
So-
Yeah, no doubt.
You want?
You want to try the paddleboard, dude? Paddleboard break. You good?
Break up all the time.
Nah, it's alright, honestly. You could just edit this thing together and stick it all up. Okay, man. So that's, yeah. So you developed this thing, and then you said, so the third time was just for the adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
You go,
And
easy
the money, easy money, very fast.
Away you go.
And I use them every time I have time to use them after the robbery. Then they go 3 or 4 months, then I get caught
Okay.
by the police. They come in.
3 or 4 months. So you robbed
3 or 4
it
months.
3 months, 4 months later. How did they catch you? The third time.
One time it was on DNA on the cigarettes in the stolen car. They
No
found
way.
my cigarette with my DNA. Yeah, once. And once somebody told them, and they took me in. And
Yeah.
And
Okay.
the last time it was one of the when you get called in and you have seen something under the robbery. What do you call that?
Yeah, surveillance.
Yeah,
or
surveillance
so-
that told them
surveillance.
about what happened.
Okay,
and they have
witnesses.
seen something. And
Yeah.
they could put 2 and 2 together, and I said to them, "It's okay, it's mine. I do it."
Oh, really? You admitted to it
In the end,
when they found it? Yeah.
I said, "Okay, you got me now."
Wow.
Then I took my time, 3.5 years.
3.5
The
years
last
for
one.
that.
Yeah,
for
the
that.
last one. Yeah.
And then you came out of that, and what changed? I mean, now we're having this
It
conversation.
changed. I have been in Copenhagen, our capital in Denmark.
Okay.
I have sit there for 1 week and take drugs in the street. We have a street in Copenhagen, Eastergade, very close to the central station actually.
Okay.
A side road to the central station in Copenhagen.
Okay.
And there's a lot of girls that sell themselves.
Okay.
There's a lot of drug abusers and dealers and all that stuff in that street.
Okay.
I have been there for 1 week, And then I
Jesus.
took.
So as soon as you came out of prison, then you were like, okay, I'm gonna
Yeah,
go straight
yeah,
to
yeah.
that street.
I live
Yeah.
on the street. I live homeless when I was out from the prison.
Wow.
So actually, at that time, when I have sit in jail for over 10 years, it was my other home. I
Okay.
feel home
Really?
and secure, and
You can build a family in a
yeah,
weird way. Yeah,
I
yeah.
have my
Love it.
friends and everybody I know in there. They know me, and we go.
For the first time, it felt like a.
Yeah, I was a part of a
connection.
family.
Wow.
Actually, that was my. When I leave my foster family at 18 and age of 18 years old, then I hang out with some people, groups of people, and what I find out many years later, after some therapy and everything, I find out I only seek some family. I was a seeker. I seek secure connection and families, and I love you and a hug, and you are good enough. You are good enough. You are okay. You are enough, Jacob.
Absolutely, yeah.
All this
wow.
I didn't
And that
get
you
when I
were
was
starved of
young
that.
and child. I seek
Always
that.
gonna fuck you up, though, eh?
I seek that when I get adult.
Yeah.
So actually, I found out when I was when I wasn't in jail, I was on the street and live on the street and take a lot of drugs, and end up in fucked up situations with every stupid thing you can imagine. Yeah, actually,
okay.
because it was a part of the way I was on this planet. I couldn't find out live normal.
Yeah,
I have no idea how to go
This is how
down
I
and
fit in now,
in the shop and buy toilet paper and milk, and
Wow.
I have no idea about it. I have never tried that.
Incredible.
It was not a part of
Yeah.
the way I lived. So I was criminal.
Yeah.
I sit in jail all the time. Otherwise, I was on the street
Just
and live on the street and
everything,
and steal everything and cheat everybody and lie a lot and make stories. And I was a fucked up person at that time.
no doubt.
I have some picture I can show you
Oh, that'd be-
from when I was full face, full power on.
Wow.
Smoke brown sugar, and the other picture is from when I get clean.
Okay.
And it's two different persons.
That would be amazing if you
It's
could,
two
man.
different persons.
Ah,
It's like when you see from US this picture from methamphetamine, where people before they begin and after they have been on 5 years, they look like shit. I have a picture of myself like this, and I
that'd
use
be-
them. Yeah, I use this picture on when you
Presentation.
presentation for this lecture. I take around
Good
and
man.
hold on schools and
Yeah.
education centers
That's
and
fantastic.
different places in Denmark.
Just the shock factor.
Yeah,
You go,
I
this
have to
is-
tell young people how to not to do,
Yeah.
what not to do in life.
That's awesome, and that's
so
incredibly
so they
powerful as well.
don't have to live the same
Life
pain as I have, because one thing is pain when you take a hammer and slash you over your hand. That's one pain.
Yeah.
But the pain you have inside your heart, inside your brain, inside your soul, it's 1,000 times stronger and bigger and more difficult to handle.
Christ. Yeah.
So to protect all the young people, so they don't have to live the same life I live,
Fantastic.
I have to tell my story.
Yeah,
actually.
absolutely. Yeah, you really do. So thank
Yeah.
you for sitting
Yeah,
down for
you're
this as well.
welcome. You're
I really
welcome.
appreciate
I
it.
will always do that.
Yeah.
It's a call in my life.
Fantastic.
I have give nothing to this planet, nothing. I have always taken what I want when I want it.
Yeah.
And I don't ask anybody for these things.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are or what you're doing or who do you think you are a friend with, or I don't care. I rob you if I need your money. If I can see your gold watch and I want it, I just take a knife on your throat and say, take your watch off, because now it's mine. I was that kind of
that
person
was-
at that time.
That's insane.
I was
Because
really,
I've
I
yet
was
to-
really, I was
Yeah.
insane. I was actually insane.
So I've yet to have that experience where I've had one time I had a knife
Yeah.
knife point in my back.
Yeah.
And I was in Colombia, and I was just being stupid.
Okay.
I was on my own, walking through a park at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Very few lights,
Yeah.
eating chicken. I
And
was
you are
drunk.
foreigners. And,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I remember it, and it happened. And I was
Oh,
like, well,
okay.
you fucking idiot. Like, of course.
Yeah.
Like, you're a target. Like, give him whatever, you know.
But
I didn't in the end. So that was even more stupid to not give him the stuff, and I just bolted.
oh, okay.
But I got away, luckily.
Yeah.
But that was the most stupid thing I've ever done in my life,
Okay.
to not
Okay.
give him the stuff
Yeah,
and
yeah,
go.
yeah.
It's only money, you know.
Yeah.
But I was drunk at the time, and you don't think right. But
Yeah.
yeah, man. But to meet someone like yourself at the time that you're talking about must have been bloody frightening.
It was.
Yeah.
It was
You
actually
would have been,
because
yeah.
it's. I couldn't distance myself from it. I take everything in, but I will deny it. Whatever you said to me,
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
deny it at that time.
Yeah. Okay.
But now when I look back, when I have been in all this treatments and rehabilitation and therapy and everything.
So what happened again when the final time
Yeah,
you came
yeah.
out of prison? So you went back to that street.
We
for a
come
week.
from this question before. What happened? So I changed.
Okay.
And that was I have sit in this street for over a week and take a lot of smoke heroin, brown sugar. I have smoked a lot of cocaine.
Any kind of narcotic,
Any kind of the
heavy.
hard drugs.
Yeah.
Not using the needle.
okay.
Never used the
Okay,
needle, but
okay.
smoked everything.
Wow.
And I do this for a week, and then I took. I have a girlfriend at that time. That have a son, and he has a scooter. I have borrowed the scooter, so I could drive up to the train station, and I put myself up to the scooter and drive home from the train station.
Okay.
Halfway, they're coming 16-year-old boys on his scooter.
Okay.
And you can tune your scooter a little bit so it drives faster.
Okay.
And young
Yeah,
people
yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
The boy I
Maybe
met
nothing. Yeah.
at that time, he has done that to his scooter, and my girlfriend's boy have also do this. So
Okay.
there was no insurance in the country
God.
that will
Cover that kind
no,
of bike now.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
I see.
Not at all.
I see.
But we smashed together,
Oh, God.
me and this 16-year-old boys,
Yes, yeah.
and he died.
Oh shit.
He died.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh god. And it was a pure accident.
It
to
was
you
a
coming-
pure accident.
Yeah.
But we buy a front wheel
Wheel,
with
wheel,
front
wheel.
wheel.
Yeah.
So actually the wheel is out here.
Okay.
When I get my stepson's scooter,
Yep.
I get it off from the police station, and the front wheel was in here under my feet. It was smashed so hard. We drive with 70 kilometers both.
Yeah.
70 kilometers and front wheel with to wheel.
Yeah. Front on
Smash.
impact at that.
Smack, and he died. Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
And so obviously that the court proceeding and
Yeah, it
everything
was
like that.
very cut. Everything, there was nothing to do, and it go very fast. Everything, and I lose every teeth in my mouth. Everything
Why is that? You had to.
for this
Oh
accident.
shit! Yeah. In the impact.
Yeah. When I wake up, I wake up in this where you get put in CT scanning.
Yeah.
CT scanning, I don't know what it is, but I
The
was
CT
in
scanner,
there,
yeah.
And when I wake up, I have no teeth in my mouth. I cried and I screamed all what I could in the hospital.
Yeah.
I ran out to the office
Yeah.
without clothes. They have took all my clothes off.
Okay.
They use
Yeah. Scissors.
scissors
Scissors,
and,
yeah.
and took all my clothes off. So I was naked, and then I saw all my clothes on the chair. I took it from the chair and I ran out of the hospital. They yelled at me, Jacob, we are not sure you don't have any broken
Bones.
thing,
and,
things
of course.
inside your
We
body.
haven't done the checks,
But I
yeah.
said, I don't care. I ran, and then I ran home to my girlfriend at that time,
Yeah.
and I sit in the couch for 4 months and try to smoke myself to death.
No.
I really try. I cried every day. This 16-year-old boy was dead.
Yeah, of course.
I was high at that time when it happened. I feel it was my
Yeah,
fault.
For sure. Yeah.
I have a big
Guilt.
feel of guilt of that, and I lose all my teeth. And I'm a pretty beautiful person actually, and it was a hard punch for me when I lose my
lose your
teeth,
teeth. Yeah,
because
yeah.
I couldn't talk to people. I
Gotcha.
couldn't smile
Your
anymore.
confidence just
No,
completely flat. Yeah.
full off. There was no self-confidence.
Wow.
No, at all.
So the suicidal thought you had then was just to smoke yourself to death?
Yeah, I tried that, but
Wow.
you can't.
Yeah,
you
of
can't
course.
do
Yeah,
that.
you really can't.
It's impossible.
impossible.
You
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to use the needle, and I don't use the needle.
Yeah,
I have
see.
never done that. I
Wow.
have never
Yeah,
tried
yeah.
that.
That's good.
But I have taken drugs for over 20 years, and I sometimes still fighting
Yeah.
to stay clean.
Good
It's
man.
not easy.
Of
It's not
course
easy,
not.
but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
really
yeah.
fight for it sometimes.
That's fascinating, man.
So,
yeah.
So actually, that happened to change everything in my life. After 4 months, I stand up from the couch. I look at my girlfriend. I said to her, I love you all over the world, but if I stay in this relationship with you, I will die. I cannot anymore.
Wow.
I cannot sit in the street and take drugs. I cannot take home, and then young people, children, they die in the behind me,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
I have walked. I cannot live with that.
Yeah, of
I will
course.
die if I stay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I leave you now, not because I don't love you, but because I die if I stay.
Yeah.
So I leave this girl. I took her back with my clothes in. I put my telephone in the front of my girlfriend, my telephone, my MasterCard
Yeah.
with PIN code I give her,
Okay.
where my money from the government go in every month,
Yeah.
and the key to the door.
Okay.
And I leave.
Wow.
After we have been together 5 years. I was with this girl 5 years. And then I stand up from the couch and leave her.
Okay.
And I have not been home since.
Wow.
And it
Never
was
seen
in 2010. Then I took the train. I go out to the station, and I take the train to the countryside of Denmark, if you can call it that.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's away from the capital.
City.
Longest way from the capital, actually. I took to that city. I have never been there before in my life, and I start on scratch.
Okay.
I start totally on scratch.
Okay.
Yeah, in that city.
And what did you say to yourself? Right, no more crime.
Yeah, no more nothing.
drugs, no
I
more
have
crime.
put my telephone with all my telephone numbers, and I take no contact to my past. Nobody from my past.
Yeah.
I know so a lot of people, but not deep.
Yeah.
I have not the friends
Yeah.
I have go in school with in the second class and in third class.
Yeah.
I have not that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because I have been in so many schools, I don't even remember what their name was.
So how old are you at this time? How old are you at the time where you went right?
At
enough?
that time,
Yeah.
it's
2010.
It's 2010.
Okay.
I'm 44 now.
So 37.
What?
37.
I was 37, yeah, at
Okay.
that time. Yeah.
Okay. And so an interesting point I want to expand on is the government pays you a pension in a way.
Yeah.
So why is that? Because obviously you've been a criminal for 35 years.
Because I think it's because when I was what do you call it? When I was in this foster family, the government, not the government actually, but our social system in Denmark have put me there. It was their responsibility. What do
It
you
was their
call it?
policies kind of thing that
Yeah.
for the foster homes, and you were in the government
It was
system
their
for
fault.
Gotcha.
I end up where I do. I think
Very true.
that's
Very
why
true.
I think that's why they give me my
It's-
pension.
That's
I got
slight
this
recompense.
ADHD You know this? ADHD?
ADHD.
Yeah,
Yes.
ADHD,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Attention deficit
Yeah,
disorder. Where,
exactly.
Yeah.
And I
course.
got, after 10 years in prison, I have also PTSD.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you have been in
Trauma.
war for so many years.
Sure.
And they could not see me on the upper work market anymore.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah,
I have never
so
been there.
violence, yeah, of
So they
course.
could actually not put me in work market anymore at all.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So actually it was a way to shut my mouth and put me in the corner and say, stay there till you die, Jacob.
Wow. So what's the terms of this pension then? What's
The terms, the normal terms,
6 months. Yeah, so
it's
6 months.
76
Okay.
years old
Okay.
before you get your pension in Denmark.
Oh, 76.
Yeah.
That's very
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but the terms of your particular pension is so you have 6 months. You can leave Denmark for 6 months. You
Yeah,
have to return for
by
6
the
months.
law, I can leave Denmark. In Europe, I can stay for 12 months.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. I live in Copenhagen, in Paris,
Okay.
in Barcelona,
Okay.
whatever I want
Yeah,
in
as long
Europe.
as you're within Europe. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
inside the Schengen countries and Europe.
Yeah.
I can stay for 12 months every year.
Okay.
It doesn't matter where I live,
Okay.
actually. But outside Europe, I can stay for 6 months
Okay.
by the law.
Yeah.
If you're on pension in Denmark, and my pension is before pension.
Okay.
They call it before pension.
Okay. Okay.
That kind of pension I have.
I see.
Because I'm not an old man. I'm
Yeah,
a young man
yeah,
still.
exactly, yeah.
And it gives me actually 1,500 euro every month
Okay.
for the rest of my life.
It's nice.
Every month.
Yeah.
The rest
You
of
can live on
it's,
that.
it's like to win in the lottery.
Yeah. In a
And
way,
they give you
yeah.
every month.
But yeah, I mean, you've been through a lot of shit to win
Yeah.
the lottery, so yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely,
yeah. That's fascinating.
So that's cool, and that I use to travel around in Asia.
Okay.
I started up in Kathmandu, actually, in India, and then we took to Kathmandu in 2012.
Okay.
First time in my life.
Is that your first time abroad? In
Yeah.
Asia?
First time out.
Wow.
In the world
2012.
with the two guys from Denmark that was clean.
Okay.
I met in we have a self-help group,
Yeah.
Narcotics Anonymous,
Okay,
where I
okay.
was a part of this to try to stay clean and everything. Like they have this AA for drinking people, Alcoholics Anonymous.
Okay, there's a narcotics one
Yeah,
as well.
and this is for drug abusers, and
So you
I
met
was
those
a
guys.
I was a part of this in Denmark,
Okay.
and I met two guys. One of them is practice Buddhist, so belief,
Yeah.
and in Tibetan way of Buddhist.
Okay.
So he traveled in North India and Kathmandu, Nepal, and Bhutan, and all that. All
the
the places,
religious
yeah, he had
Buddhist
done that
places.
before.
Okay.
And the other guy was a little bit older than me. He was 60 or something.
Okay.
And I traveled with these two guys in 2012, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then we took to Kathmandu.
Okay.
And I hang out with some organizations from Australia
Okay.
that work with the street children now.
Okay.
And I connect with these people
Amazing.
and help them. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was there. I bought some clothes for the street children, and we took them out and eat and give some food. And I have an idea about making a kitchen, street children kitchen in Kathmandu. That's a dream I have.
Yeah,
But I
lovely.
have done nothing with it
Okay.
after.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but maybe
It's-
I
but
take
it's
it up
still in your
again.
mind,
Yeah.
is
I
that-
think about it a lot about it because it will work by donation.
Okay.
People that donate, only 20 people,
Yeah.
a couple of hundred crowns every month, and then we can feed these street children. And it's easy,
Yeah, yeah.
actually.
It really is.
But
It
I
really
have
is.
to use some time to
Yeah.
make it. If it shall happen, I
Of
have
course,
to use
you have to put
sometimes.
some effort
yeah,
into that and
use
see.
5 months out there and buy everything and get it up,
start
so
a
it's
company
drive by itself.
Absolutely. I'm sure there's
It's a
many,
good
many
idea.
organisations out there
Yeah,
as well
there
who
is,
would be
there
able to
is,
help and
but
give you
many,
bursaries.
but many of them, it's handled about money.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
a
They
lot,
want
of,
to
a
cut
lot of it handled about money.
shocking, isn't it?
And that is, yeah, it's shocking. Yeah,
shocking.
absolutely.
That shit's
It
insane.
is, yeah.
Making money off charity is a whole different topic. I
But
think,
actually, it's part of my way to be in the world,
okay.
to give something back
Yeah.
to this planet, because I have already taken from people. I will give something back. And if I can give back to the street children in Kathmandu and Nepal, that would be very cool.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
and it's a call for me
Yeah.
to help the helpless.
Yeah, absolutely.
So actually now, after these 8 years that are going now, since 2012, the 10,
Yeah.
then I work with the homeless people in Denmark. I'm volunteer
Oh, good
in
man.
an organization for homeless people in Denmark.
Fantastic.
We have really good organizations actually, and my girlfriend is the former, the highest in this organization in Denmark,
fantastic, man.
and we are together.
Awesome.
And we work with the street people that live on the street in Denmark.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So, I mean, these people you're talking about, it seems like you can relate to them much more, I guess, because
I
they're
have
going
been
through
there.
very
I
similar
have
things.
feel the same feelings.
Awesome.
I have sit
That's
there
very
in
important.
Christmas in the what do you call it? A step.
Okay, yeah, like a-
when you go inside, where there is apartment all over. I have sit there alone in Christmas evening, alone, without anybody to call, without anybody to go, without the Christmas present and good food. And I have sit there and eat my toast bread with cheese, swamp cheese.
insane.
Yeah, I have sit there wholly alone
Yeah,
with a
okay.
candlelight.
Jeez,
And
yes,
that
yes.
was my Christmas. I have sit there and my birthday also.
Wow. Christ, man, yeah. So you
I have
really-
tried all that feelings.
Yeah,
It is to be alone with yourself and not feel you are a part of the world and a part of people. What do you ask for?
Can I selfie with you?
Yeah, of course.
So another selfie opportunity here. Okay, so selfie break's over. And we'll move on to just say a little bit about why you're in India, first
Yeah.
off, and
Yeah.
then what the plan is for the next year maybe, and going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The question to why I'm in India is because I really need something to believe on.
Okay.
I feel India is like a magnet on my body and my soul and my spirit and my whole life. There is something in India, I don't know what it is, but I have this dream for over 10 years. I end up there in prison for over 10 years. I have 4 channels on my television.
Okay.
Animal Planet, Discovery,
Okay.
what the name is, History,
Okay.
and CNN.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all I have on my
Wow,
television.
okay.
All.
Yeah.
And I lay there for 10 years and see all these movies from around the world, from the animals on the savanna in Africa and the tiger in India and
Yeah, I
all
see.
this. And I have a dream when I come out. I will experience this life out here.
Fantastic.
And I heard about people in India was a lot of spirituality here in India, and spiritual people.
Yeah.
And I hunger for this.
Yeah.
Believe
with
something.
you. Yeah,
Believe
yeah.
there is a meaning with all this shit.
Yeah.
And
for
I
sure.
search, I research, I seek, I try to find something to believe on. And actually, it goes really good actually.
Yeah.
Because now I have a meaning about belief. I didn't have that before.
Amazing.
I will be afraid if you ask me what do you believe on. I have beat you up.
Yeah.
Try to.
Wow, really? Yeah.
Because
you drill
I was,
too deeply.
Yeah,
it's
too
like,
deeply.
Fuck you, I don't believe
Fuck
anything.
what are you talking
Yeah.
about, man? I can beat you up, man.
Yeah.
Because I was afraid of believe something. There was nothing to believe on
Gotcha.
in my past.
Yeah.
So not even myself. I don't believe in myself. I don't believe in nothing. It was all shit. A world on fire, I think. It was a war for me to survive. So I hunger for this belief.
Meaning.
And meaning and everything. And that's why I travel around India and in Asia actually.
Okay.
Because now I have been in Sri Lanka.
Okay.
I have been in India. This is my fourth time in India. And then I have been in Nepal also. So I have tried all this. And now I'm in India too. Travel from here in Rishikesh and to Sri Lanka.
Okay.
And I have a half year to travel down to India and end up in Sri Lanka where my friend lives.
Yeah.
I have a friend there that lived for 22 years in Sri Lanka. And he's a tattoo artist and kite surfer. And he travel around on the island and to a small village and catching cobra. When cobra go inside locals' house, they get afraid, run out of the house and call my friend in Hikaduva, Sri Lanka.
So cool.
You can find it on YouTube. Cobra catching Sri Lanka.
Cobra catching Sri Lanka.
That's
What's your friend's name?
Mass.
Mass.
But they call him Max.
Oh, is it?
Down there because they can't say Mass.
I see,
So they
see.
say Max.
Alright, cool.
Max and Hikaduva.
Okay.
Everybody know him.
Alright.
Everybody.
Check him out on YouTube if you're listening to this.
You can always sit in a tuk-tuk in Hikaduva, Sri Lanka and say Max house. They go to
No
Max
way.
house.
Awesome.
Everybody knows this guy.
It's going to be 22 years in Sri Lanka as a Danish guy, the tattoo
Of course,
artist. You're
everybody
know
him. Everybody know him, of course. But I will take down and visit him again.
Cool.
I was there last year also.
Oh,
For
fantastic.
3 months.
And you knew him from the past, or you knew him from when did you
We
meet?
grew up together when we was young. He know my mother. He know my my
It's a
life
real
at that time.
friend, like hardcore.
Yeah. But we haven't seen each other for 20 years when he lived out here.
No.
It was first last year I took out and visited him for the first time in 20 years.
How was that?
Special. So special. So
Imagine.
special.
Yeah.
To know each other from childhood and then a break in 20 years and then see each other again.
On the other side, really. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? So
but it was
completely
now we have never been from each other.
amazing.
Yeah, it's
That's
that's a friendship.
Yeah.
That's my only friend actually from my
That
childhood.
pure, yeah, okay.
He know my mother. I talk to her and sit up and eat dinner and whatever we have at home sometimes. And I come in his home also.
Yeah. That's it's a beautiful thing then.
Yeah,
it really
yeah.
is.
It's one of the most beautiful thing in my life actually. When you ask and I think about it and I can feel my feelings about it, it's one of the most beautiful thing in my life. I know this guy.
Yeah, it's strong. It's a strong connection you have.
Because it's the only connection I have
Fair.
to my past.
Wow. Really?
Everybody else is dead now, and my mother is dead, my father is dead, my grandmother, grandfather, all these people are gone and forever.
Wow.
And there will be nobody to ask
Yeah.
about nothing from there. Only him.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He's the only one.
First-hand
that know.
experience that
Yeah.
can, really relate. Wow, man, that's powerful.
Yeah.
Very powerful. Okay, so that's gonna be nice then. So head down to Sri Lanka and catch up with him again.
Yeah.
Too right, man. Too right. That's
So
fantastic.
to the Christian why I travel in India is because they have this spirituality and belief system out here. I really enjoy to go around and see this Shiva Baba sit there, not only smoke hashish because it's so different from my country, but his belief system. When he turn the face to Shiva and pray and make all this, they put flowers in the Ganges River and light and
Yeah.
chanting, and some of them make yoga also, and
Meditate.
it's meditation, and
It's a
I-
very powerful place. This has had the most influence on me of all the
Okay,
places I've traveled
okay,
to as well. I
okay.
think India itself, just that kind of pull on, it just makes you question a lot of things about the world.
Yeah.
Certainly the West.
Yeah.
Certainly the West. It does make you think, like, what the hell are we doing in the West? Like, we're getting a lot of shit wrong. you know,
we could learn a
compared-
lot from people out here.
Without
we could
doubt.
learn a lot, but we didn't.
Without
We
doubt.
don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
yeah,
all
absolutely.
about things and money. Things and money.
I honestly
things
think
and
that
money.
system's going to change soon.
Yeah,
I
we
think
hope.
we're getting too educated now.
Yeah.
And it's like me and you have the same thought now. I speak to a lot of the travellers here,
Yeah.
and they have the same thought as me when it comes to that. And you know,
Yeah.
it's kind of fucked up. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of fucked up. You know, thank you,
Yeah.
sweet. We agree on that. So
Mhm.
I'm hopeful for the future. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's
That's
fantastic,
good.
man.
That's
But so are you a Hindu now then, or are you Buddhist, or you believe
That's the funny question,
parts
actually,
each?
because everything has changed over the last 8 years of my life.
Mhm.
In the beginning, I don't believe in anything. After a while, I think about it. I have seen a lot on television about religion,
Mhm.
and actually, religion is man-made.
Yep.
No God asked for a religion. No God. So when people ask me what kind of religion I believe, I said to them, I don't believe in religion. I believe in God.
Okay. Yeah,
And
nice.
I don't think it's necessary to have a belief system that is packed in some kind of religion.
Absolutely. Package into a church.
Yeah.
kind of thing.
You have to do this. You have to sit like this and
Sure.
pray 5 times to
Yeah.
to
Get that tone of
whatever.
voice
Yeah,
right and stuff. Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It's. I think religion is about money, power, and culture. Nothing else. Nothing else.
Mhm.
They cover up behind the word God.
Yeah.
But when you said the word God, everything is said already.
Yeah,
There is no church,
Yeah.
no book, no of this ceremonies,
Yeah.
no language, no word.
Uh-huh.
There, you don't
It's-
need
it's
nothing.
pure. Yeah,
when
yeah, yeah.
when you have the pure
Uh-huh.
belief on God,
Okay.
everything is said.
Wow.
Where is
Yeah.
God? Yeah, where is God?
Yeah.
We sit here and talk.
Yeah,
We share
absolutely.
energy.
Yeah.
For me, energy, frequency, and vibration, it's God.
It's a big thing.
It's
for sure.
it's like an old transistor radio.
Uh-huh.
When you turn this
the tuner.
the tuner,
knob,
it will splash.
Yeah.
But when
get it just right.
when you get the right frequency, when you tune in on this God's frequency,
Yeah.
there is totally connection and no scratch at all.
Very true.
There
That's
is
lovely.
belief
Yeah.
in a higher power.
Yeah.
In
Get a real
when you
rush
when you
inside
take
yourself.
an I don't know what you call it on English, but in Danish it acorn, a little seed from a tree.
An acorn, yeah.
If you take with this, put in the wet soil
Uh-huh.
and
Cover it up.
cover it up, give it some sunlight and time, then you will see God. This is God.
Yes, yeah. So plant
When
that seed.
when I see a child run around here on this gat,
Uh-huh.
here in Rishikesh,
Uh-huh.
I see God running around here.
Oh,
When I
really?
see this old Baba that sit beside us and sit here and look out to the river Ganges, then I see God.
Wow.
When I see the dog running around over here, when I see a butterfly flying here, when I see the river is downstreams, what do you call it, in motion?
Yeah.
In
It's
motion, the
flowing with
water in
currents
motion.
and- Yeah.
Yeah, I see God there, all over. The dove, what do you call this bird?
The dove. Yeah, dove.
The dove,
Yeah.
flying around over Ganges.
Got it all.
It's all about this fly that is here. Ah, damn it!
Yeah.
Like human doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, human doing.
Ignorance.
But yeah, ignorance.
Yeah,
Totally
yeah.
ignorance.
It is.
Totally ignorance.
I'm getting a lot more.
I-
This place changes that for you as well. I
I
think.
met a guy actually in Kathmandu in Nepal. He make shoes for people
Okay.
on the street.
Uh-huh.
He is very beautiful young man,
Okay.
and smell good, and he's good looking, and mustache and
Got all
everything
going
is
for
it's totally.
Yeah.
But from the hipster and down, he got spaghetti legs
whoa.
because he got polio when he was a child. So he have never could walk around. He had always sit on the board with a small wheel, like a skateboard.
Skateboard.
Yeah, and do like this to go forward.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Using his arms.
Yeah, and we sit on a guest house in Kathmandu. I invite him in and give him some food, and he's my really good friend now. This was in 2014.
Okay.
I was there in Kathmandu, and we are very good friends now. Actually, he has a wife and 2 children.
Okay.
His wife is full face blind,
Wow.
full blind.
Wow.
Live in Jaipur here
Okay,
in India.
Okay.
They are Indian people that live in Kathmandu in a city of plastic and bamboo and wood and
Whoa.
pap. Yeah, I don't know pap.
I'm not sure.
What
I'm
is
not
that?
sure. Okay.
Paper?
Oh, okay.
Cheap
Like
paper.
mache. kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And they have a village inside Bodernat,
Okay.
very close up at Bodernat,
All right.
very
I'll have to
near
check it
up to.
out.
There is a city there of plastic and everything, and he lived there. His name is Ringo Ram.
Okay.
He's
on
a
Facebook and stuff?
shoe. Yeah, he's on Facebook also.
Can I get his details? Then?
Yeah,
It'd be
of
cool
course.
To
You
catch
can
him.
contact him and
can make a
catch
podcast with him.
Yeah, of
That'd
course.
be cool,
it
man.
could be
Yeah,
cool.
that'd be
Cool,
nice
cool.
to relate us. Yeah.
He is so nice
Ringo Ram.
person. And we sit on this guest house where I invite him in, and we get some tea, chai, and some food and things. And there come a mosquito and sit on my arms, and I smash it, of course.
Yeah, yeah. It's a
Everybody
mosquito,
do
get the
it.
fuck off.
I'm from the West.
Yeah, no doubt.
And he freaked totally out. What are you doing, Jacob? It's a part of yourself. You don't know you are the mosquito next life. What
Okay,
the
yeah,
fuck are you doing?
reincarnation.
Don't do that when I'm here. I
okay.
respected that
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Because actually we have a long talking in the night.
Yeah.
Every night we sit and talk for hours. And this man, he has polio as a child. He grew up sitting on his board and look all the other children run around and play football and this with the
could've
bat
just stuck
they
a middle
use
finger
here
to the
in
world.
India.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Cricket.
Cricket bat.
Cricket.
Yeah, cricket. We get it.
Whatever. But he looked at that,
Yeah.
and he was a child. He wanted to play with the other, but he couldn't because he got this illness in
course.
his legs, and he had never lied to anyone. He has never stole anything. He has never taken food, even if he was hungry. He has never taken food that not was his. And I
pure
worship
soul.
this man
Yeah.
because he was totally different from me. I have done all these things. I have lived by all these laws I made by myself. But he has never done that. He believed in God, in Shiva.
Okay.
Oh, he was strong in his belief.
Yeah.
In his little room in this plastic village, he has a little box with a temple. His own little, like a temple with a
little
picture
shrine.
and
Little shrine, essentially.
yeah.
Okay.
And this smoking pin and everything in there. And he worshipped it every day.
Wow.
With this life, he sit there and make people shoot for a cigarette, the same price as a cigarette.
Wow.
It's so wild.
It
I
is.
couldn't understand that.
And to be happy.
So
to be
actually,
fundamentally-
in Denmark, every month I sent him 5,000.
Nice, man.
When he asked for it, not if he don't
yeah,
ask,
yeah.
but if he asked, I go up to the Western Union and I send him 5,000 rupee.
Fantastic.
And I do that every time he asks. So he can pay. Now he got his wife and children. He has 2 small children also, and they are in Kathmandu at his place. And actually, last I heard from him is 1 month ago when I arrived to India, and he told me his wife and children was in Kathmandu, and they have a little apartment now.
Wow. That's
So
an
I
incredible
hope the best for my friend up there, and I will visit him next year. I will take to Kathmandu also.
Yeah. Good man. Good man.
Yeah, really good man. Wild experience for me. And we go around this stupa and talk and talk and talk and talk. And he got 2 sticks now.
Okay.
Because a foreigner from Australia, I think, German, whatever, Switzerland maybe, look at him at this board and buy 2
poles.
Yeah, for him.
Okay.
So he can go around now.
Yeah. With more ease.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Outstanding. Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's cool.
That's
Very
quite the
cool.
tale, man.
And it's a story like this that I come back to India every time I come back.
The people here, everyone's got an incredible story.
Yeah,
Every
incredible
single
story.
Indian has.
It's fantastic.
And to be fair, all the Europeans, when you really get down to the stories, people, because everyone's got a story. This is what I'm starting to think now. Everyone's, if they haven't got a story and they haven't got a reason for living, they'd be dead. You know what I mean? Everyone's got a driver. Everyone's got something they're like, right, here's what I want to fucking do.
Yeah.
You know? And that's the great thing.
Yeah.
So you can do a podcast with fucking anyone.
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
amazing,
you can
man,
do
'cause
that.
You can really drill down to it, and you go like, oh, I want to be a Kardashian. And you're like, well, why? Why do you want to be a Kardashian?
There are
You know what I mean?
always
That's a good part.
there is always a reason people do what they do,
Yeah.
even if you don't understand it. They have a reason to do what they do.
Yeah, and I think conversation is the best way to start understanding.
Of
And
course.
the internet as well, that's going to
Oh,
change everything. It is doing already.
Everything.
But certainly social media is massive.
Yeah.
The ability for people to post what they're thinking.
If you use them on the right
in the right way,
of course.
In an honest way. You use it in an honest way.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, for
in
sure.
an
Yeah,
honest way,
definitely.
of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then it's brilliant. It's amazing. It's
It's so powerful.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
it is
yeah. So I
very
think there's
powerful.
a lot of hope there.
Yeah.
And I think people are too smart really for conglomerates and Facebook and stuff to really start controlling us. For me, I don't see it. I think, but it's going to be interesting the next 10, 20 years. I think, when it comes to that. Yeah. That's awesome then, man. I mean, I'm trying to think, we can chat. It'd be really interesting actually just to chat about, you have a daughter?
Yeah.
Just one daughter, is
Yeah.
it? Okay. And she's 22, is that right?
22 years old. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were 22 at the time when you
When
had
I get her, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
When
okay.
we have her, I sit in prison at that time. First time I see my daughter, I have handkerchief on. I have 3 policemen.
Handcuffs, yes.
Yeah, handcuff. And 3 policemen stand beside me.
Okay.
First time in my life I see my daughter is on a hospital in Roskilde. Roskilde Festival. We have the biggest festival in Europe.
Okay.
In Denmark.
Oh.
In a city, old Viking city. They're called Roskilde.
Okay.
Roskilde Festival. There's 60,000 people at that festival over a week.
Wow.
With all the big bands like Metallica and Guns N' Roses.
Oh,
and
man.
all this kind of. There is different tents, and it's run over a week.
Okay.
So there's a lot of music there every summer.
Yeah. Okay.
But in that city, we have a hospital. My father was from this city.
Okay.
So I have a past connection to this place.
Yeah,
and I met my daughter's mother at that city also.
Okay.
So we live there together, and I get caught by the police. At that time from drug, I sell drugs.
Okay.
7 kilo amphetamine.
Jesus.
Yeah, I get caught in prison,
Yep.
and and my girlfriend born this girl to me, and we go on the hospital the day after she gave born.
Okay.
And I saw my daughter
you were
for the
taken
first
there
time
with
with handcuffed on, and 3 policemen.
Jeez.
They took the handcuff off for 1 hour, and then I.
The dogs just arrived.
Yeah. And then I was with them for 1 hour, and then we go back to the prison again.
Wow.
Yeah, into my cell, and that's it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And then when did you see her for the first time as a free man? How old were you at that time?
23.
Okay. So a year later.
Yeah, a year later I was out again,
Okay.
and I could be with her.
Wow. How's that relationship? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, very good today.
Fantastic.
Today is very good. At that time, it was not good because I had not that feeling as a parent.
Gotcha.
It was, it's a child, it's sweet and everything, but there was no connection.
Yeah.
The first connection I have with my daughter actually was the first time we had some visit room in the prison, and my girlfriend come in and visit me with my daughter in a bed. She put the hand in the hand.
Yeah.
And the first time my daughter gave me a hug, I don't hug her, I do many times, but it was me that hugged my daughter. First time I get a hug from my daughter, and first time my daughter hugged me was the first time I feel love in my life.
Wow.
First time in my life I feel the feeling of love.
Whoa.
Sometimes when I talk about this, many times I have talked about this situation in this therapy. I have been many hours of therapy, and when we talk of this normal, I cry a lot because it's first time I feel alive. It's first time I feel love. It's first time actually there happened something to me. But not this, as I heard a lot of other young people said, hey, when I get my child, I totally changed my life, and now I could don't go and drink with the boys in the weekend and blah 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 whatever. It not happened for me, not at all, not at all. But I used to say I get touched by God. At that second, when she hugged me,
She came to you.
I get touched by God. It was so wild experience. I have never tried something
Anything better.
like that. Never. Not before, not after. I have never tried that before or after. It was so wild to me. And actually it was only love. I was open to receive love at that point.
In that moment.
That's why I feel the love. One therapist said to me, Jacob, you can get the same when you go down and in the shop from the lady behind the desk. If you're open for it, you can get exact the same.
Very true.
It's
very
because
true.
I'm close.
And you think everyone's out to get you, or everyone's out to...
I have to protect myself.
Of course.
I have done that all my life. Since I was a little boy and get abused, I have to cover up myself and take care of myself. So I closed myself in.
And that was the first moment you opened yourself up.
First time.
And the door almost
first time the door was open.
Fantastic. What's her name, if you don't mind me asking? Sandra.
Yeah. She's my Facebook friend, of course, also.
Awesome.
So you can see her there.
That'd be great.
Sandra Freyer.
Absolutely. Well, for sure. If I'm going to mention her on a podcast, I probably should get her permission.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Fantastic. Now, well, thank you, man.
Yeah,
really
you're
appreciate
welcome,
all this, dude.
George.
I'll bring it in, bro. Let's have a little hug, huh? That was awesome, dude. Cheers, man.
I hope you can use this for something.
Oh, for sure. No, I can, man. Oh, you too, man. Oh, that's awesome.
You're welcome.
Sign off. Cheers, guys. Bankwood Bear Productions.
Cheap and chill.